They sit as best they can on the ruins of the walls. Saul's sin was only one of his sins. It was preceded and followed by many more, all of them grave. Double ingratitude towards Samuel, who had anointed him king, and who subsequently disappeared so as not to share with the king the admiration of the people. He was several times ungrateful to David, who saved him from Goliath and spared him in the caves at En-gedi and Hakilah. He was guilty of many acts of disobedience and of scandalizing his people. He was guilty of grieving his benefactor Samuel by lacking in charity. He was guilty of jealousy, of making attempt on David's life, David being another benefactor of his, and finally of the crime he committed here. Against whom? He did not kill anyone here. He killed his soul in here. He finished killing it. Why are you lowering your head? I'm thinking, Master. You are thinking. I can see that. What are you thinking of? Why did you want to come? You must admit, it was not out of mere curiosity of a scholar. We always hear someone talk of magicians, necromancers, evoked spirits. I wanted to see whether I could discover anything. I would like to know how it is done. I think that since we're destined to amaze people in order to attract them, we should be somehow necromancers too. You are you, and you do things by means of your power. But we must ask for power, for help, in order to perform exceptional deeds which are necessary. Are you mad? What are you saying? Shout many. Be quiet. Let him speak. He's not mad. Yes, I thought that by coming here, a little of the magic of gone by days would assume possession of me and make me greater. In your interest, believe me. I know that your present desire is a sincere one, but I will reply to you with eternal words, because they are words of the Bible, and the Bible will exist as long as man exists. Believed or mocked at, employed to defend the truth, or scorned at, it will always exist. It is written, and Eve, seeing that the fruit of the tree was good to eat, and pleasing to the eye, took it, and ate it, and gave some to her husband. Then their eyes were opened, and they realized that they were naked, and they made themselves loincloths. And God said, "How did you realize that you were naked? Only because you ate of the forbidden fruit." And he expelled them from the garden of delights. And in the book of Saul, it is written, Samuel appearing said, "Why have you disturbed me, conjuring me up? Why do you consult me when the Lord has abandoned you? The Lord will deal with you as I told you, because you did not obey the voice of the Lord." Son, do not stretch your hand towards the forbidden fruit. It is imprudent even to go near it. Do not be curious to know ultra-mundane things, lest its satanic poison should conquer you. Avoid the occult and what cannot be explained. One thing only is to be accepted with holy faith: God. But avoid what is not God and what cannot be explained by man's reason or cannot be done by man's power, so that the sources of wickedness may not be opened for you, and you may realize that you are naked. Naked, repellent in your humanity mixed with Satanism. Why do you wish to amaze people by means of obscure prodigies? Amaze them through your holiness, which should be as bright as things coming from God. Do not be anxious to rend the veils which separate the living from the dead. Do not disturb the deceased. Listen to them if they are wise while they are on the earth. Venerate them by obeying them also after their death. But do not upset their second life. Who does not obey the voice of the Lord loses the Lord. And the Lord has forbidden occultism, necromancy, Satanism in all its forms. What more do you wish to know than the word already tells you? What more do you wish to perform than your goodness and my power enable you to perform? Do not crave for sin, but for holiness, son. Do not feel mortified. I'm glad that you disclose your humanity. Many people, too many, like what you like. But the purpose of your desire, to be powerful, to attract people to me, removes a heavy weight from that humanity and puts wings on it. But they are the wings of a night bird. No, my dear Judas. Put wings as bright as the sun, wings of an angel on your spirit. By the simple breeze caused by flapping them, you will attract hearts and will lead them in your wake to God. Can we go? Yes, Master. I was wrong. No. You have been an inquirer. The world will always be full of them. Come. Let us get away from the stench of this place. Let us go towards the sun. In a few days it will be Passover, and afterwards we will go to your mother's. I conjure her up for you, your honest home, your holy mother. How peaceful it is. As usual, the recollection of his mother and the Master's praise for her cheers Judas. I should just pause there for a moment. Here, that reference to Judas's mother. I should definitely do a video about her, because obviously we hear nothing of her in the Gospels. Nothing that I'm aware of hearing of her in tradition. And I suspect that that woman was completely written out even of the extra biblical traditions. But I'm happy for somebody to correct me who knows otherwise. See, Judas Iscariot, as we know, betrayed our Lord. And he's from the village of Kerioth. And of course it's famous, and Judas is famous, and they're all happy because Judas is an apostle. But when our Lord is killed, what will be the attitude of his followers towards Judas, Judas's village, and Judas's family? And especially because Judas's father is long dead, Judas's mother. We know how it is. The mothers of murderers are reviled unfairly in our own society. So Judas's mother is a very fine woman, and she knows there's a problem with Judas, and she's very fearful of what Judas might do. And Jesus knows that Judas's mother is right. But he seeks to comfort her, and he comforts her in a special way, but without mentioning what's going to happen not too long before the betrayal takes place. And he basically gives her consolation. That woman must have been reviled so much by the Christian community, or shunned, so that it wouldn't even talk about her. So we have no writings at all suggesting she even existed. So a video needs to be done showing the relationship between Judas, Jesus, and Judas's mother on another occasion. So we just had Jesus telling Judas that he's going to go to see Judas's mother, to cheer Judas up, who's been corrected in some detail by what has been said so far.